Nobody knows too much about him other than he's from Vermont. Interesting to see how he fits into this team.
Starting tonight for Team Ballers, Cody Etherington is at the point. Jaden Moore is going to be their slashing shooting guard. Then Bertie and Rodriguez are filling in at the forward slots with Pasco patrolling the paint. And for the High Flyers, we have Devontae Mills and MP manning the backcourt, Nathan O'Neill and Ben Gov up front alongside Liam Callahan. Now here's Gov. Here's Casey. Good. And that assist goes to Mills. And with MP, I know several teams were interested in having him join their club.
Well, there isn't much tape to work off of for MP. He's truly a question mark on this roster, but the coaching staff thinks he's raw, and they must have seen something to take the risk with him.
Well, you look at Jaden Moore, and it doesn't take long to see why he's on the 2K U250. Great instincts at attacking the basket.
And he's not the biggest guard by any means, but he is incredibly slippery when getting at the D. He's very hard to stay in front of, and he's a surprisingly consistent finisher around the rim.
Pass to Bertie. Moore. Wide open look. Again, the miss by Jaden Moore. MP inside. Moore on him. MP again.
Yeah, and they'll take that shot anytime they can get it.
And here's Bertie. Back to Etherington. Bertie. Here's Pasco. That one misses, so no good on the first attempt of the night. And guys, as we mentioned, MP recently breaking into that 2K U250 list.
And look, that might seem low, but to be anywhere on this list means you at least have some serious potential. Nobody's quite sure what development path MP is going to take, but there's a feeling that he has a high ceiling.
He found himself in space and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Pass over to Casey. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
And he threw that pass right on time. Great look and a solid finish.
And the shot goes in.
Hey, well, Bertie, he can certainly be a weapon when he's in close like that. That's why the defense, you got to push him further out. Don't let him just have that.
Now Casey. Yes, that one's good. Mills picking up the assist.
Creating opportunities for others the entire evening.
It's beautiful to watch. This is how basketball's supposed to be played.
Now here's Bertie. Here's Moore. Good work there as it goes. And for many of these young men in club play, this is where they learn to solely focus on basketball as their sport.
Yeah, up until now, a lot of these guys played multiple sports. This is where they're starting to learn the nuance and the craft of the game. It's a great place to really hone your abilities.
He can make those kind of lead passes look routine.
Now Etherington. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside, MP. Makes it off the glass.
He's looked very comfortable all game, and he's made the most of his chances.
Team Ballers trailing. Outside, Moore. 4-3. Again, the miss by Jaden Moore. And it's High Flyers with the ball. Now Casey, he's guarded by Moore. It's good.
Since the start of this game, they've been focused on good offensive positioning and finding quality shots.
I'm looking at the team field goal percentages side by side here. It's clear who's playing better basketball this half.
One thing that the players need to balance in club play is focusing more on winning versus stuffing their own stat sheet.
It's a chance to show your skills in this league. And of course you want to win the game, but win or lose at the end of the day, scouts are factoring in your individual performance as well. So if you want to get noticed, you better be playing your best out there.
Now Etherington. Again, the miss by Jaden Moore. Here's Casey. Good. And that assist goes to Mills. And in club league play here in the WCBL, these kids get such a wealth of minutes in such a short amount of time.
The games come fast and quick, and honestly, there's a lot to learn on the fly, but there's a ton of opportunity. And for some players, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Timeout called here as Team Ballers decide to talk it over.
Substitution for High Flyers.
Both teams making a change here.
Substitution for High Flyers.
Here's Rodriguez. Etherington outside. Moore. Shot to stop the drought. Rodriguez. And that's good. A nice job on the glass, and they pick up 2 on the second effort. And Coach Troy of the High Flyers, he's a young coach, even by this club league standard.
It's true. As you said, Troy is one of the younger coaches, but it's clear that he knows the game, and his drive is apparent. Plus, he's already got a great track record for developing talent.
Just looking to get anything going offensively.
Honestly, it feels like there's a lid on the hoop right now.
And the shot goes down.
Solid work around the rim by Moore. He doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Now here's Mills. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. And yep, it's good.
And he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. So effective at this point.
So it's Team Ballers now. A 17-point game. Moore can't hit it.
Even with every shot clanging off the iron, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. Might be time to take a step in.
For a lot of club players, this is their first time learning a role other than being the star of their team.
For many of these guys, they were the best that their school had to offer. But in this league, the skill level and competition here is much higher. And look, at the end of the day, not everyone is going to be the offensive star of their team, and that's so important for the development of these guys, to learn how to fill the role that's needed.
Now Etherington. Pass to Moore. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from long range.
And when Moore's shooting while in rhythm, he's a major threat. Fantastic execution off the catch.
Down low. Here's Casey. Good. And that assist goes to Mills.
Good ball movement on the interior is just as important as it is out on the perimeter.
And here Team Ballers have it. They trail by 16. Pass to Moore. The tray. And Team Ballers another three.
Dropping a bomb from range. Moore saw an angle he liked and made it look easy.
Inside. MP again.
Nice take. However, a little too easy if you're asking me.
Here's Team Ballers now. Pass to Wong. Back to Etherington. Moore jacks up a three. The offensive rebound. A heel. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's going to be on MP. First free throw is good. Both teams will make a substitution. Good on both attempts. And some fantastic passing for them in this one.
The ball is flying around. They look like a disciplined, well-coached team out there.
MP again.
Playing with his head up, locates his teammate, gets him the rock.
To the paint. Here's Moore. The High Flyers grab the miss.
He bodied him up and made him alter the trajectory on that shot.
Definitely. Some very sound defense played on that trip.
And the shot falls.
Ooh, the dime, courtesy of Mills. He's got a great feel for the floor.
So it's Team Ballers now. A 17-point game. Pass to Bertie. Rodriguez. Good.
And a heads-up play there to read the bounce and capitalize on that second opportunity.
To the middle. Now Casey. And MP throws it down. So as we conclude the first half of play, a fairly one-sided affair thus far. High Flyers leading this one, leading by 17. And don't go away, we'll be back right after the break. Welcome back to the second half of this West Coast Club battle between the High Flyers and Team Ballers. Now the High Flyers with it. Now a 17-point lead, their biggest of the game. And something to note about MP, I heard he was training with Dion Benjamin to help prepare for this one.
And if you don't know about Dion Benjamin, he has a well-known open run. A lot of talent has come out of there. And to see MP working out with him, that's certainly a positive in the eyes of many scouts.
O'Neal, good, and the assist goes to MP.
Nathan
Was O'Neal ready to fire there or what?
So it's Team Ballers now. Etherington outside. Bertie up top. He tries for three. The High Flyers grab the miss. MP outside. Puts it up from 17. Again, the High Flyers.
MP.
He just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
They just can't get anything going offensively.
And you can see the frustration mounting. They just don't know who to turn to for points.
Now Etherington. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Count that one.
Great vision by Etherington, spotting those easy shots the defense is leaving out there.
Outside O'Neal. To the inside. Shot falls by Casey.
They've been so efficient on offense here in the second half.
And since the break, these two teams have completely different shooting charts.
Now Etherington. Pass to Moore. Takes the three. No good on the shot.
When you get that clean of a look, you have to take it and hope you make it.
Gov outside. Down low. Now Casey. And the High Flyers get it right back. Inside. And he drops it in from the low post.
MP.
This Team Baller squad has been struggling. Outside, Moore. Etherington. From past the arc. They get it back. And then dunked by Pasco.
And let me tell you, nobody, and I mean nobody, was going to deny him after he got that rebound.
Great second effort, and you knew how it would end.
Joe, you're right, but dunk aside, I'm impressed with the work rate he showed on that play. Way to stick with it.
Now Etherington. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
At this point, alarms are sounding because it seems like Jaden Moore is making a statement in this game. He's tough to contain. I mean, it looks like he's feeling good out there.
The basket is good.
MP.
And here's Etherington. Team Ballers call
Out
timeout.
on the court.
He's had enough of all the interior scoring.
You nailed it, and I'm sure they're going to talk at length about limiting all the points that they've been giving up in the paint.
Kenji Summers. Substitution for High Flyers.
Three from the inbound. And it's rebounded by O'Neal. Well, what a show we've seen so far from MP. He's come out and put on a clinic. He looks head and shoulders above Moore right now.
Well, if there was any fans doubting the impact that MP can make, I doubt they're saying much right now. A great offensive showing from MP so far. He's been terrific.
Here's Etherington. Pass to Bertie. Trying his luck from deep. The High Flyers grab the miss. To the middle. Here's Casey. Yes, and it's Brock picking up the assist.
Not settling for perimeter offense. I like it.
And it's Team Ballers. Here's Mahil. And again, no good by Team Ballers.
That's a low percentage look, plain and simple.
I have no clue. No idea why he took that one. Coach can't be happy with him at this moment.
Offense and defense have really come together for them, helping to strengthen this lead.
They've taken absolute control of the action. Other team needs to get something going if they want to stay in this thing.
Here's Summers. And again, unable to change momentum here. To the paint. Here's Casey, and he floats it in for the easy deuce. Credit the assist on that one.
That's strong, fundamental basketball. Getting the ball where it needs to be.
Here's Mahil, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Impressive read by Etherington. This is the kind of team-first attitude coaches love to see.
2
Shot
points.
falls by Casey.
Number 11.
Etherington with it. Outside Bertie. Fires from deep. They get it back. Here's Mahil. Lays it up and banks it in.
Sonny Mahil.
And here are the high flyers now. Shot falls by Casey.
He came out of the locker room on fire. Great second half for him so far.
Here's Etherington. Kicks it to Summers. The high flyers grab the miss. MP outside. Here's Casey. Brock outside. To the inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's what any coach loves to see, the possession ending in an assist.
And here Team Ballers have it. Now Rodriguez. He's covered by Gov. Inside. Mahil. And a beautiful feed leads to the monster slam.
Selfless move by Rodriguez, helping his team find the best shot out there.
Pass over to Casey. He can't get it to go. Etherington, left side. And Summers gets it to go.
Terrific find. Everyone loves playing with someone who can move the ball like that.
Now MP. No good there. Outside Bertie. Launches a three. Doesn't go that time. Pass over to Casey. Summers pulls in the rebound. So it's Team Ballers now. The three is up. Kicks it out to Etherington. Hits the trifecta.
A nice looking three ball by the guard, Etherington. You can't afford to give this guy room to shoot.
Here's Casey. Yes, and it's Brock picking up the assist.
That's where they want their shots to come from, and that's the passing it'll take.
Outside Bertie. Basket, good.
An absolutely great job on the screen. He removes the defender completely out of the equation.
Pass over to Casey. The shot from the low post is good.
Terrific pass there, setting up his teammate well.
On the wing, Bertie. Etherington. Back to Bertie. Offline with the three. Down low. Here's Casey. Intercepted. Bertie with the ball. And he's picked up by O'Neal. Kicks it to Summers. Here's Mahil. Releases it from 15. Gov with the rebound. Now Brock. To the middle. Here's Casey. And it's Mahil with the rebound. Etherington for three. That one doesn't drop. Here's the high flyers. Down low. Here's Casey. That one's off. Shoots the three. And Cody Etherington, good for three.
That's the thing about Etherington. You can play him on or off ball.
And it's high flyers with the ball. Pass over to Casey. To the inside. Shot falls by Casey.
Strong pass. Placed the ball right where his teammate needed it.
Here's Mahil. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That's what you call passing a teammate open, guiding him perfectly.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Casey, and it's stolen by Bertie. Etherington with it, and now guarded by Brock. On the wing, Berti. No good from outside. Pass over to Casey. Gov from 8 feet. Again, the high flyers.
MP.
So it's the high flyers winning this one easily.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm intrigued by what we saw from MP in this one.
Yo, you going out tonight, Burlington? We gotta celebrate your big game against that bully from Chicago.
Oh,
You say anything, say yes. Or you gonna let me talk? Ain't nobody stopping you. What are we getting into tonight? Hanging in my crib. I got a pool. Okay. Are there gonna be any girls there? Man, of course there'll be girls there. Aight, then I'm pulling up. My man. All right, I'll text you my address. Show up around 8. Bet. Hey.
Doesn't matter if you're a big or a guard caught on a switch. If Stone has you down on the block,
Hey, Coach, if this is about me being late, I promise it won't happen again.
I believe you.
Hello and welcome to our 2K presentation of the WCBL. We've got Milestone and the Surf City Waves taking on the High Flyers. And some news here. The relative newcomer MP deemed unavailable tonight. It's a bit of a surprise, especially considering his recent performances. In the meantime, Surf City has won a tip and we're underway. Feeds it inside and Milestone punches it through.
Look, Stone is just controlling the paint down low. He's getting whatever look he wants in there.
And what we're being told is MP is serving a one-game suspension for Coach. Tough break with all of these scouts here in attendance, and they're getting to watch Miles just put on a show.
Surf City just piling it on at this point.
And MP has got to be disappointed in himself. It could have been his moment to show what he can do. Instead, he's watching from the bench.
Oh, and the 3 is good. Oh, Stone got a hand on it. And again, Stone owning the interior. Dunk after dunk in this one.
And a lot of questions will be asked about the maturity of MP, because his absence has certainly been felt. Not a good look for him.
So a lopsided win for Surf City as the final horn sounds. For everyone here at 2K, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, good game.
Listen, I grew up in a small town too. Okay, I understand what it's like to move to a new city, especially when you're young. You want to go out and meet people and talk to girls, and it's normal. But you're not trying to accomplish something normal. So you're going to be held to a higher standard. You've got to understand that.
I do. And look, I feel like an idiot. All right? I'm not even a huge partier or anything like that. I just got sloppy.
What exactly happened?
Honestly,
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Joe Lamy with Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. We've got a WCBL matchup for you tonight with the High Flyers taking on the Attack from SAC.
Well, you know I'm excited for this one. It's a classic NorCal versus SoCal showdown. The Attack from SAC, obviously out of Sacramento, my hometown, and the High Flyers are here in LA.
And the stars for the team tonight, it's Mills leading the way for the High Flyers with the newcomer MP. And Drexel Carrington is the big name for the Attack from SAC.
And both of these players are viewed as blue chip prospects, some of the best in the region. I'm sure there are plenty of scouts on hand waiting to see how they fare against similarly ranked talent. I mean, here in LA, the scouts are always out for club play. But this game might be getting some special attention with some of the players on hand.
And the lineup for the Attack from SAC, Michael Pagan runs the point. He's joined by Edward Martinez in the backcourt. Drexel Carrington takes on the 3, and it's the brothers Ivory and Austin Lund forming the front line. And for the High Flyers, we have Devontae Mills and MP manning the backcourt, Nathan O'Neill and Ben Gove up front alongside Liam Callahan. And the big name that scouts are wanting to check out is Drexel Carrington, but they'll keep their eyes open for any talent who shows out tonight.
And a lot can change as a player develops over their youth career. But first impressions, they mean so much at any level. I'm sure the scouts will have plenty to digest after this contest.
Well, you talk about a player perfect for a role in the NBA someday. Drexel Carrington is the ultimate 3-and-D type of player.
And that's not to sell him short as a player at all, really. Carrington, he's just so comfortable outside in the perimeter. And defensively, he is a force.
Carrington for 3. Another miss by Drexel Carrington. Pass over to Casey. Good. And that assist goes to Mills. Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Outside, Lund. On the wing, Carrington. Again, Drexel Carrington can't hit it.
He's jacked up a number of threes, but his accuracy, it's been lacking. Try something different, if you ask me.
And for so many of these kids playing, not only are they trying to grow their game, but they're still growing up.
Well, we all know it can be a long and a winding path to responsibility at times. But for the most part, these kids in the WCBL, they're focused and beyond their years in terms of maturity, mostly.
And you see them adding to their lead. Right now, they're following their game plan to perfection.
Absolutely. They're getting good looks and finding ways to capitalize.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. To end the run. Out of bounds, it'll be the High Flyers ball.
High Flyers ball.
The High Flyers with the lead. Pass over to Casey. Shoots over Carrington. Again, the High Flyers. And with MP coming from a more rural town and Carrington coming from Brooklyn, they have almost completely opposite backgrounds, guys.
Goes to show that great talent and great players can come from anywhere. What Carrington and MP both have in common is a willingness to compete and a love for the game of basketball.
Now here's Mills. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
They're off to a scorching start offensively.
They've taken this game by the reins and are running out to an early lead.
Lund, defended now by Callahan. The 3 ball. Gove with the rebound. Right side, MP. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the field.
And no doubt about it, folks. This is exactly the way they wanted to start the game.
Well, they've been doing it on both ends, converting chances and challenging shooters.
Now here's Martinez. Carrington for 3. They get it back. Lund, that's good. Well, remember, guys, MP missed that game against Surf City. Apparently, that was for missing a morning practice, and the coach wasn't having it.
Look, the best thing that a young player like MP can do is use it as a chance to learn from his mistake. You can forget that these guys are still so young. And sometimes they need moments like these to understand what a coach expects of you.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Pass to Carrington. Martinez. The tray. And Drexel Carrington, good from 3.
I mean, this is why you got to be right up on Carrington, even when he doesn't have the ball yet.
To the inside. Shot balls by Casey.
They just continue to add to this impressive lead.
And make no mistake about it, they're doing it with points in the paint.
And you look at guys like Carrington, a 3-and-D specialist, such a needed commodity in the modern NBA.
And that's because so many teams spread the floor. They need a perimeter defender. Look at any NBA roster. They'll always be able to use a guy who plays tough D and can stretch the floor.
Shot balls by Casey.
Ooh, the dime, courtesy of Mills. He's got a great feel for the floor.
To the left wing, back to Carrington. Down low. And Lund
being a 3-and-D guy, Carrington is also a very willing passer. Terrific feed in the pick and roll.
To the paint. Here's Casey. And MP throws it down.
He's a strong finisher at the rim. He's not going to miss a chance like that.
And he doesn't even need two hands to do it.
Yeah, his teammates are loving that one. Hyped up before he even got off the ground.
And one difference between club play and high school, the game moves a lot faster at this level.
Everyone on these teams has to make a commitment to pursuing basketball. Reactions and decisions need to be quick because these players eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. This concentrated amount of playing time is helping to increase their collective skill level at a much higher pace.
Outside, Lund. Carrington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lund.
Their offense has been all about the long-range game.
Oh, obviously. You love the points, and you love how they stretch the defenders.
Now here's O'Neal. Quiet offensively so far, searching for his first points of the game.
Since the start of this game, they've been focused on good offensive positioning and finding quality shots.
I'm looking at the team field goal percentages side by side here. It's clear who's playing better basketball this half.
Here's Casey. Again, the high flyers.
And he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. So effective at this point.
Pass to Martinez. Carrington outside. The three-pointer off the mark. Great ball movement. They're sharing the rock.
And they're keeping everyone involved and engaged.
Count it.
He's looked very comfortable all game, and he's made the most of his chances.
And the attack from Zach, call time here.
Good timeout right there. The other team scoring at will in the paint.
Right, the opposition is feasting inside. Coach knows they need to put a stop to it.
Substitution for high flyers. Substitution for high flyers.
Pagan with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside O'Neal. Let's go with the three. Count the basket, and he makes his first shot of the game.
That is the kind of range that you want to see. O'Neal showing his value and pouring in a little three-pointer there.
And it's Carrington missing the look.
You could see it in his eyes. He wanted to return the favor with that three, but hey, just couldn't get it to go.
To the middle. Here's Casey. Lund with the rebound. And it's Sack with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Outside Pagan. Pass to Martinez. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, look, it's inexcusable to not box out Lund. You deserve to get burned when you allow him free reign of the offensive boards.
Casey, no good. Left side, Pagan. Carrington. The shot's good. Pagan making the play. Well, his ability to defend and shoot, there's a lot to like about Drexel Carrington. No surprise he's ranked 112 on the 2K YouTube 50.
You look at how Carrington has grown the last few years, and his court vision has only seemed to grow with him. If he can continue this trend over the next few years, he could be one of the best in the class.
Now Carrington. He's got 20. From outside, it's off the mark. MP with it. Carrington's there. Casey, no good. Outside, Pagan. Fires for three. And no good. Trying to get that one. So we conclude the first half. High Flyers out in front. They're up by 11. And we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. The High Flyers and the Attack from Sac gearing up for the second half action in West Coast Basketball League. And in the back of the mind, for many of these prospects, they're aware that this is a tryout of sorts for the WCBL All-Star team.
Well, to land a spot on that stacked roster, I mean, that's an incredible opportunity and a great way to get exposure to top programs. But again, it's not all about the stats. It's about outperforming the other star prospects and doing things that set you apart from the crowd.
Carrington, no good. Now the High Flyers with it. Pass to Callahan. And here's Gov. Inside. Shot falls by Casey.
He has been ever present in the paint, getting so many of his points from inside.
A difficult situation for Sac. Outside, Lund. Carrington for three, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lund.
You know, Carrington is always on the hunt for these types of shots. Any chance he can get to hurt you from range.
Here's Casey. It's good.
And now we're seeing them find their groove on offense in this half.
They've been the much more efficient team, chugging along nicely right now.
Outside, Lund. Carrington. And again, Sac with the triple.
Oh, and it's looking like one of those games for Carrington, and even scarier for the other team. He tends to light it up with steals and deflections after he makes a few, and he can wreck you on both ends. A very unique wing in this league. That's just a high-quality shot. Coach will always appreciate that.
Here's Carrington. He's got 26. The open shot, Pagan. The High Flyers grab the miss. MP outside. From 13. Here's Callahan. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up two.
Well, it's tough to try to keep the gigantic Callahan off the glass at all. Sometimes he's just going to overpower you.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Now here's Gov. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
Nice take. However, a little too easy if you're asking me.
Now Carrington. Lund, defended now by Callahan. Pass over to Casey. Off target from the wing. Right side, Pagan. That one falls, and the assist from Martinez.
So dangerous. Can't let Pagan get a look like that so close to the hoop.
Timeout called. The High Flyers talk things over.
Substitution for High Flyers.
And it's High Flyers with the ball. 13-point lead. Down low. Now Casey. And it's in there.
You always want to see assisted baskets. Credit Brock right there for providing the key final pass.
And it's Sac's ball. Martinez outside. Back to Pagan. Fires the three. Hauled in by High Flyers. Well, guys, we talked a lot about both of them coming into this match, but MP is having a much bigger impact so far in this one than Carrington.
He is. He's been the more aggressive player so far. MP isn't waiting for chances to come to him. He's making things happen whenever he's involved in a play, and I like what I'm seeing from this kid.
Now here's Martinez. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in this game from him. MP again.
He's the leading scorer in the game and has been the dominant figure today, no doubt.
And here's Pagan. And he uses the glass on the layup.
What a pass from Pagan. Wow, he made that basket possible. And his bench, they're showing their appreciation.
Now the High Flyers with it. MP outside. It's Callahan. Here's Casey. Lund with the rebound. Martinez outside. Kicks it to Pagan. Launches it. Doesn't go for him. MP up top. Now covered by Martinez. Timeout called by Sack. They'll talk things over. We've seen Casey. He's having a great game so far.
They might not be able to stop him, but they can talk about how to at least slow him down.
Ben Olsen, Drexel Carrington, Keegan Hilton, Sean Mecca. Substitution for High Flyers.
Here's Carrington. Will make a substitution.
From Sac, Austin Lund, Ivory Lund, Edward Martinez, Michael Pagan.
Pass to Lund. On the wing, it's Martinez. Carrington for three. Count it from distance.
They came out of the break with a clear philosophy. Shoot the three early and often.
And the entire team has bought into it. They're loving the bombs away mentality.
Casey, no good. Martinez outside. Pass to Lund. That one falls, and the assist from Martinez. Here's Mills. Now MP. The rebound brought home by Carrington. Outside Pagan. Back to Carrington. Martinez outside.
Get the perimeter.
Carrington. The offensive rebound. Lund, that's good.
Making the save. Lund was right place, right time where his squad needed him to be to win the second chance look.
From deep, it's MP. Here's Callahan. And the layup's good off the glass.
And a heads up play there to read the bounce and capitalize on that second opportunity.
The drive by Carrington. Comes up empty down low. To the inside. Shot falls by Casey.
They're no doubt hoping that last basket seals this lead up for them.
It's looking pretty undeniable. Can't see them losing control of this contest.
Now Carrington for three. It's rebounded by Mills.
A lot of bricks put up off his shots, and one reason is that he keeps trying to force it when he's guarded. Move the ball around.
Creating opportunities for others the entire evening.
It's beautiful to watch. This is how basketball's supposed to be played.
Carrington for three. Hauled in by High Flyers. Earlier tonight, they held a 23-point lead. Pass to Callahan. Outside O'Neal to the paint. Here's Casey. Can't connect from short range. Outside Carrington. Misses the three. Shot clock and game clock separated by 5. MP on the left side. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's strong, fundamental basketball. Getting the ball where it needs to be.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Pass to Carrington. They need this. Hits the three-pointer.
You must chase Carrington off that three-point line. Or, guess what? He's going to keep punishing you from there.
Now Casey, and good that time.
This is what we talk about. Be willing to make the extra pass to get the shot you want.
So it's the High Flyers winning this one easily.
Well, I thought the most interesting part of the game was watching MP show what he's capable of. He's got that moxie, and just the way he carries himself, He gives off superstar vibes.
And he makes winning plays. Of course, on the other end, you have attack from Sac falling short.
Yeah, and Drexel Carrington showed off his 3-and-D skills once again. But that alone wasn't good enough to get them the win. Still, he's got something that will garner interest going forward.
And that about does it, folks. For Drake Hugo, Danny Hager, this is Joe Lamy. Thank you for joining us.